A weird thing you might notice about build videos is I started in board shorts and flip-flops talking about how hot it was. Now it's the day after Christmas. It's freezing here. My hand is, I'm not holding this. It's just frozen. So yeah, this has been a 6-month endeavor and I'm still waiting on parts. The brake hoses are not made yet for this Jeep. Brake hoses, bleeding, and this thing that I'm about to make, that's all that's left. There's actually a gasket in there. That's not usual. And a locker. Someone marked it with an R and an R and an R and an R. So that cap is actually on upside down. Easy. So I shouldn't have to do anything.
$2,000 years later.
Have to weld something on there. All right. My toes. See ya. Thanks for your help. This is brand stinking new. I'm gonna pressure wash this thing. And one of the things I really need to get clean, we're gonna go sideways here, it's these axle tubes. They are foul. And I have to put an axle all the way down this tube and through a seal without getting it dirty. They don't need to be flawless, but they can't be gritty. They definitely can't look like this inside. So clean. Check this out. I just went to wipe off the race with a paper towel and it spins. So I gave it a pull and look at that. I cannot believe that. I would call this like a setup bushing, or a setup race, I should say. Looks to be in great shape. I'm gonna reuse this, but I'm gonna have to like swedge it in there. Swedge. I'll smack it with a chisel. Helps keep my lungs clean. Also helps keep my hair out of the paint. We've got the axle, gorgeous, just gorgeous. I've been baking in the sun all day. Look at this finish on this thing. Beautiful. Put a couple more coats on the axle shafts. Yes, there are only 3 here. 1, 2, 3, and that is because one of them is bad. I'll show you that in a second. Got the cover painted. And yeah, this last axle, that one showed some heat marks on it, but this guy has a big lip where the bearing rode. And I did get an old used replacement, and I even polished it, and come to find out it's a little different. So mine has a seal that goes right there. You can see these brass and rubber seals, and those won't fit on the new one, so I need to go take that back and get the right one. Unfortunately, it's Friday afternoon, and Border Parts, my lovely used parts house, which can't say anything bad about those guys, they're amazing. They have all the weird old stuff I ever need. Thank you, Border Parts. This video brought to you by Border Parts. Yeah, just grabbed the wrong one. Mistakes are made, whatever. But they're closed on the weekends. So Monday, I'll be going back there on Monday. Until then, I've got a lot more parts to clean up and get this thing back on its own tires so I can drive it out of the garage and pull my transfer case out of my Jeep because full of metal. Editing down 6 months of footage that was over 6 hours in total from 2 different cameras. There's just too much. So I've decided to make all of this part 1. You'll see in part 2, some of the stuff is going to be non-sequential. You'll see me working on some parts that you've already seen painted. I decided to make part 1, the cleaning and restoration of the axle housing, and then part 2 will be the physical reassembly. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're looking forward to part 2, where you get to see all the technical stuff. For this 1965